bowl for the whole dough and then a small bowl for the wet ingredients, measuring cups, measuring spoons, a spatula, a whisk, a cookie sheet, and then this. This is a SILKEN sheet. These are terrific, really, really easy for cleanup. Old-fashioned oats, brown sugar, maple syrup, flour, silken tofu. Don't use any other kind but silken. Organic sugar, dairy-free chocolate chips, baking powder, salt, and oil. Yes, it's a cookie. You need some kind of fat.
Oh, hello darlings, how are you? All right, so nothing says I really love you like chocolate chip cookies. And this is a basic chocolate chip cookie recipe. This is not a Toll House recipe, which is very different. I got the basic idea from Ken Bergeron, who wrote The Professional Vegetarian Cooking. And this is really wonderful. It's great if you're going to be feeding groups because every recipe is for 10 people. And really, when you're making chocolate chip cookies, you might as well make enough for 10 people. Also, this recipe is really good because the dough freezes really well and the cookies. So, let's get started.
Now, darlings, you need a very big bowl for this. Trust me. All right, here is my flour. Now you can split this between half all-purpose flour and half whole wheat pastry flour. Old-fashioned oats. All right. Brown sugar. Oh my gosh, brown sugar! Ah! Well, the reality is that this is a dessert, so get over yourself. And this is some organic white sugar. Baking powder. I use aluminum-free salt. I'm going to mix this up before I do the wet ingredients, just so everything starts talking to each other.
Here's the cinnamon. Here's some of the brown sugar. The brown sugar will kind of cling to itself, and so you need to make sure that you're breaking it up. If you got any big lumps, you want to make sure you get them out. So just push it into the dough.
So I'm going to turn on the oven. Say it with me. Ooh, baby, would you get so hot around 350 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh yeah, woo! And then if that doesn't work, then you push the button.
Now for the wet ingredients. Silken tofu. I know this is oil, but the reality is this is a dessert and it's a cookie, and cookies need a fat. Otherwise, you can't make cookies. Here's some maple syrup. Yep, I had to change bowls because there were just too many ingredients. Vanilla extract. Make sure you use actual vanilla extract. I'm going to use my immersion blender. I'm going to whip this all together. And here are the wet ingredients. And now we're just going to stir this together. Move around the bowl, gently fold things in, and pretty soon it'll come together like a dough. All right, now this is fairly together. Pull it over and check to see if there are any pockets of flour left. Add my chocolate chips. Now I'm gonna work in these chocolate chips a little bit, and this is just about ready.
Darlings, you know what's great about having cookie dough that doesn't have cholesterol bombs in it like eggs or butter, is that you can taste the cookie dough and find out it's sweet enough, not vanilla, life's groovy. The other thing is, no, you must put it into the refrigerator for an hour so it gets cold enough, otherwise it won't cook right.
Okay, I have my SILKEN sheet on top of the cookie sheet. You just take the cookie dough in your hand, and I take about a tablespoon's worth, and then you just put it here. So I'm grabbing it, kind of squishing it together to make a cookie. And if I don't think I have enough chocolate chips, I put a few more in. So now you just fill your pan.
All right, darlings, my cookies are ready to go into the oven. Now, if you are making cookies and they really start sticking to your fingers, that means the dough is too warm. So you're gonna have to put it back into the fridge, or you can just, I put mine in the freezer. All right, so here are my cookies, and they're gonna go.
Okay, my cookies are done, and I'm going to check them. I'm gonna flip one over, and look, it has a nice brown on the bottom. Okay, chocolate chip cookies. There's really no redeeming value for chocolate chip cookies, but it's dessert. It's, you know, it's dessert. So if you had a cookie, the world will not blow up. And if you notice, there's not a lot of added fats to that amount of cookies. So my feeling is that if you want to have a cookie, have one. But you need to make sure that you keep it
in a proportion. So, you know, you're not gonna have 5 cookies a day. You're not. And if you have a problem, but you'd like to have cookies around because maybe you have grandchildren or something like that, or put it in the freezer, because then to take it out, you have to let it thaw. And a lot of times, just having to think about stuff makes us stop overeating. All right, darlings, I'm gonna try these cookies. Oh, these are good cookies. They're moist. Yep. I gotta freeze these or I'll eat the whole thing right now. Yep.